Good evening, this is Miss Jill Louise Starr, and let's all remember that Adolf Hitler stated, quote, "I have three enemies, Serbs, Roma, and Jews, and also homosexuals and disabled people," unquote. Tonight we're going to be discussing the Croatia and the Croats once again. It was nearly 2 years ago when Mein Kampf, written by Adolf Hitler, was on the top 10 bestseller list in Croatia. Sadly, last year on December 29th, 2011, the Croats held a Catholic Mass with the Pope giving his blessing, of it, of course, for their Croatian World War II Nazi leaders. And we'll be discussing this article tonight. Once again, Croatia's Catholic clergy has gathered in the Church of St. Joseph in Metrojac in Split, Croatia. I will show you a photo at the end of this video, to mark the death of Croatian so-called son, Ante Pavelic, who was a leader of the World War II Croatian Nazi state that massacred over 1 million Serbs, Jews, and Roma, and also many others, such as homosexuals and disabled people, in concentration camps such as Jasenovac in Bosnia and others. There will be another picture at the end of the video of the Mass taking place. The Mass was also held in memory of Jure Frantisic, another Croatian Nazi responsible for the actual killing of millions of Serbs, Jews, and Roma, among others, as aforementioned. The Catholic Mass this year in Croatia was led by Bishop Don Jakoslav Kujundic, and Split's Catholic bishop said, Ustaše-Fake said that, quote, "Mass can be held for anybody, including Nazi murderers," unquote, in Croatia. His Mass was attended by all the local dignitaries, such as Marko Skisho of the HCSP, and also delegates of the HSS and the HDZ, all Nazi parties, former Nazi parties, and present. The Mass was, the bishop went on to say, quote, "Although he was not a saint, he did not fight for the Germans nor Italians, but he did give the best of the given circumstances because he fought for Croatia and an independent state, and for that we give him eternal thanks. Sadly, history is skewed, written by winners, and for us Croats, it is always some others who write our history," unquote, said Skisho. When it came to discussing Nazi Pavelic's independent Croatia, which he ran several death camps, including Jasenovac and Juriška, which is in world history books, you can just Google it. Jasenovac is spelled Jasenovac, and Juriška is Gradiska, which are two of the most notorious Nazi death camps for the Jews, Roma, and Gypsies. Period. The Gradiska death camp became the topic of a very popular song, very popular in Croatia as well, by a rocker named Thompson, who glorifies the murders of Serbs. In fact, Thompson owns a bar in Split, Croatia. I don't recommend anybody going on vacation there. And he glorifies the murders of Serbs. He owns a bar, and after the Mass, these Croats went to his bar to continue the memorial of these Nazis that killed millions of Serbs, Roma, and Jews. Skijo, the bishop who ran the mass, however, denies the existence of any World War II death camps in Croatia whatsoever, which is ridiculous because every world history book around the world, in Europe and the United States, has made it a crime to deny this genocide occurred, and it's very well known. Quote, "What camp?" said Skijo, the bishop, as he replied to a reporter from the Croatian daily. Disgraceful. The paper Index also notes that many Croats who find themselves in Spain on vacation always make sure that they visit the grave of the site of Ante Pavelic, who was buried at the Cementerio Sacramentaria de San Isidro in 1959, and you'll see a picture of that at the end of the video. It's disgusting. Quote, "Many Croatians also that find themselves in Spain like to jump over Pavlovic's grave to memorialize that one moment, but that has no weight unless it is done by the globally best-known Croatians," unquote, explains Index paper in reference to photographs shot of Croatia's soccer superstar Davor Šuker, who played in the Spanish League. In fact, last year, a Pavelic Nazi Catholic Mass was also held in Zagreb, Croatia, where the bishop referred to Pavelic as, quote, "a notable Nazi who was a martyr for all of us," unquote, period. In Croatia, Germany's World War II staunch ally, the Nazis and Adolf Hitler, joined the European Union, with Germany's viewing Croatia's membership with a very sympathetic voting, which Angela Merkel took place as in, and Serbia's candidate status, citing Serbia's opposition to the dismemberment of its country, Nazi Croatia, and its ethnic Albanian separatists and Kosovo prominents who are affiliated and associated with Al-Qaeda found no sympathy whatsoever in the European Union when asked to join the European Union themselves. Yet Croatia found more sympathy because possibly they were Nazis. And apparently the European Union sympathized with them more. I'm sorry that comments are closed at this time for this article, but we will discuss it again. Croatia, Germany's World War II staunch ally, like I said, recently joined the European Union. Serbia, who was the only ally of the United States and fought against the Nazis in the Balkans when the Albanians fought for the Nazis, and every other country, including Greece, fought for the Nazis. Serbia was the only country that allied against the Nazis. Yet here we are, and here is Bill Clinton supporting militarily and training Al-Qaeda, the KLA, Kosovo Liberation Army, who are Nazis, Croatia, and giving them billions of dollars in your U.S. tax dollars. And Croatia was Nazis against Serbia and lying and saying that Srebrenica Muslims didn't have any weapons, when I have evidence and pictures that I'd like to give to the International Criminal Court for the former Yugoslavia to prove that those are all lies that you saw on the internet. And I'm ready to take a lie detector test to prove it, and I will prove it. I've given half the chance, but the American news media won't even publish what I've said, and I can prove it beyond any reasonable doubt. So we'll end here again this evening, and I'll post pictures at the end, proving again that I know what I'm talking about, and I can prove it, but nobody's interested in listening to it, because Bill Clinton and his wife Hillary also sympathized with Nazis, Croatian and Albanian, Kosovo liberation sympathizers, and you can see Madeleine Albright kissing the new Prime Minister of Kosovo, the former leader of the Kosovo Liberation Army, and former indicted terrorist, Hashim Tachi, in many of my blogs, and you'll see him here as well. Good night. Think hard where your tax dollars are going to. Nazis. I will end by saying that my friend Barry Latucci, who founded and is the executor of the Ustaše-Fake Research Institute, and also he was here at the YMHA, the Young Women's Hebrew Association, giving many lectures, and he also brought many World War II Jewish survivors with him to the YMHA here in Wayne, where he's a friend of the Jews, Roma, and Serbs. And up here, we don't sympathize with Nazis, Bill Clinton, and Hillary. Apparently, we like to. And you also like to support them and militarize them, just as you did as Al-Qaeda, and help them when they were the Northern Alliance in Afghanistan. They say it's insanity to repeat history. I guess you're both insane and sick. Good night. Thank you for joining me. We'll discuss it more tomorrow. This is Jill Starr. Stay safe and God bless. In the Orthodox Christian way, of course. I hope we all learned something this evening. I have three enemies: Serbs, Roma, and Jews, and also homosexuals and disabled people, unquote. Tonight we're going to be discussing the Croatia and the Croats once again. It held a Catholic Mass with the Pope giving his blessing, a bit of course, for their Croatian World War II Nazi leaders. And we'll be discussing this article tonight. Once again, Croatia's Catholic clergy has gathered in the Church of St. Joseph in Metrojac in Split, Croatia. I will show you a photo at the end of this video to mark the death of Croatia. Good evening, this is Miss Jill Louise Starr, and let's all remember that Adolf Hitler stated, quote, it was nearly 2 years ago when Mein Kampf, written by Adolf Hitler, was on the top 10 bestseller list in Croatia. Sadly, last year on December 29th, 2011, the Croats